The next 100x stock, that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And the company in question is called Geneva Incorporated, and they're listed on the Nasdaq, right? So before you go and buy the stock instantly on Robinhood, please take 5 minutes to understand what I'm doing and what my strategy is, because I don't want people to hear, oh, I can do 100x, so I'm dumping my whole portfolio in, right? So there is a certain strategy that I'm running for this, right? So what is Geneva Incorporated? Geneva Incorporated is basically this dying real estate company, and I say dying just based on their stock price, right? Because if you take a look at their stock price, so since IPO the stock was down 77%, right? I would consider that a fail for whatever IPO it is, right? And they only have 20 employees, right? So what happened was basically some people that are very important in the crypto space took the company basically into their possession, right? So basically they bought the listing, right? So basically some of these crypto bros basically bought Geneva Incorporated, this real estate company, and they're going to convert it into a Solana strategic reserve, right? Something like MicroStrategy, almost exactly the same as MicroStrategy, just with a different asset, right? So you can see that Geneva Incorporated actually successfully raised 42 million through a private offering of convertible notes and warrants, right? The investors, right? The most notable investors are Pantera Capital, Kraken, and Arrington Capital. These are all very prominent firms in the digital space, right? And you can see that who's running the company now, right? So it's firmly under these people's control, right? Marco Santori, which is the board member and the former chief legal officer of Kraken. Parker White, which is another prominent guy in the crypto space. And Joseph Onorati, right? Which is also a prominent guy in the crypto space, right? You guys can Google yourself, because I don't want to show like too detailed, right? But basically, this is a bet on the management team as well as the MicroStrategy playbook, right? Because if you look at the MicroStrategy playbook, there's another company that did it in Japan. It's called MetaPlanet, right? And this MetaPlanet, basically their stock was floundering, not doing too well. You can see it since here, right? Not doing too well. But after they run the MicroStrategy playbook, basically their stock went up. Even now it's up 21x, right, from the bottom. So what is the MicroStrategy playbook? I think it's quite simple, right? Basically, your stock is trading at a premium to the net asset value. You raise capital, and then you take the capital to buy more of the assets that you want to buy, right? And with Solana down 50% from its all-time high, 55%, I don't think it's a too horrible time to do this, right? If they were doing it at an all-time high, maybe I have a bit of a question, right? But then they are doing it when Solana is down 50%, and the broader crypto market, I would say, is basically in a bear market, right? Only Bitcoin is the one that we can question, is it in a bear market, right? So what's my personal strategy for Geneva Incorporated? Firstly, I'm going to tell you this is not going to be a huge position from me, but it can grow to be a huge position, right? So my personal strategy is very simple. I'm just going to buy in 1% right now, and at whatever price, right, I'm just going to buy it, because basically this is a bet on the management team and also the big players that are in this company, and as well as the MicroStrategy playbook, right? So if we calculate back 94 million, and we calculate it, let's say 94 times, let's say 100, so that's where I get my 100x number from. This is a $9.4 billion market cap, right? So I don't think this is unachievable from this Geneva Incorporated, right? Especially when you take a look at MicroStrategy, $80 billion market cap. So if you take a look at MetaPlanet, it's actually a $1.2 billion market cap, and they just started running the playbook since sometime last year. So who's to say that this doesn't have another 100x upside, right? But importantly, I want to stress that I'm only putting a small percent of my portfolio in this company, because it's a very, very speculative bet, right? Because if it halves, I want to be able to like quadruple my position or triple my position, right? So yeah, I'm not a very staunch believer in cryptocurrencies, right? But obviously a lot of people are, right? And if the MicroStrategy playbook has brought them from what, $11 to $300, $400, I think we can do something like this with this Geneva Incorporated as well, right? Especially since it's a much, much smaller company, right? And I think this was done on purpose, right? If you pump something like this, then you get some attention, you get to raise capital, and you can continue this playbook, right? I think that's why they specifically selected a company that's so small, so a lot of capital will push the stock price up, right? and that is what generates interest for people to buy all these speculative shares, right? So yeah, that's about all I wanted to share today. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe, and also hit the bell button. And I'm coming up with a macro video really soon, right? And I think this is one of my most important videos ever. If you think you'll enjoy that, obviously subscribe, right? And with that being said, have a fantastic day ahead, and peace out.